up above. Now blessings rain down over us. When I see the sunshine, it turn my pain into love. Maybe this just means I'm in love. All praise.
Part 3, y'all. Y'all made it. Get it. Crazy. Oh my god. Alright, so last video we talked about basically like how our relationship progressed, and we left off on moving in together like very first time.
Oh, man.
So what it meant was me basically, you know, getting rid of my apartment in Baltimore and moving my stuff to New Hampshire.
My career.
And we were like, now I'm gonna let y'all know, and this is kind of a gem that we want to leave. Like, if you are in the situation, see if you can sublease your apartment. We did not do that. We didn't think about that until the end, but definitely try to sublease it, not for the opportunity to move back in, but an additional income.
Definitely.
So getting rid of my apartment meant getting rid of my furniture. Tiff's apartment was smaller than mine at the time, and a lot of my stuff anyway were just more conducive to my personality. So it wasn't going to transfer well. So we just gave a lot of my stuff away. And
also, if you're doing that too, make sure you sell it instead of give it away.
Yeah.
So she had some great things.
I did.
It's like, well, we could have sold all this.
I still go to her like sister's places. I'm like, take that. But so we gave this stuff away. We had to take my cat. Now my cat is not, which a lot of cats probably are, just not really like her carrier. So you have to like play the game with her, and the way I do is by putting a treat in the floor and then covering up and putting it in there, and it didn't work the first time.
You got videos of you moving?
I think so. We have some videos. If we do, we'll definitely share them.
Love me for me, babe. I just want somebody to treat me like somebody.
And it didn't work the first time, so I'm like, oh crap, I don't think I'm gonna get my cat to leave or whatever. Finally, we got her in the carrier. First time flying with her. First time flying with the pet in general, so it was a very learning experience. And yeah, we got to...
Not only did we have the cat, we had the cat at least
4
or 5 suitcases,
yeah,
book bags, all types of stuff, okay?
Yeah,
again, when I fly, I just gotta carry on. So again, me checking these bags was a process. We left the cat in the car. She was the last one to come out. The cat in the car, we checked all the bags so we didn't have to have the cat in the bed, We might drop the cat run off, you know?
And we'll do a video actually on how to travel with animals. We travel with a cat and a dog, so we definitely know what that looks like. And
we experts now, if you ask me, shorty.
Yes.
We know what to do. Sedate them, we experts now. We don't sedate our animals.
Yes.
We don't give our animals nothing other than CBD, which calms them down. It doesn't even do nothing that I don't think they really do nothing. You just gotta have a lot of preparation. Treats, candy, treats, snacks, water, food, toys, all the above. But back to the story.
Yeah, so we end up, again, moving together in New England. And life is going, really well. Tiff is continuing her job. I'm working from home, so it was the move was very easy.
Right.
She did really nice. She got me like this little armoire so I can hang my stuff up, make myself at home and everything. And while that's happening, because we moved into December, Tiff keeps getting this question about being a home care provider for a previous client that she was working with.
I'm gonna stop you right there real quick.
Yeah.
Because when we went out in New Hampshire, we was flourishing.
Oh yes, the time in New Hampshire was amazing.
We would go out, and of course we had money to pay for stuff, but everything we did was free.
Yeah.
And not because we went to free things, because people was like I said, the aroma that we had with having God in our lives and we knowing God individually, that we went to the garden in New Hampshire. I recommend it to anybody.
Yes.
It's like family were going there. But our first time in there, we met, I think, the owner.
No, he was the manager.
The manager. What's his name? That's crazy. I forgot his name.
Billy.
My boy Billy.
Billy
was cool, man.
Lovely. No, actually, it wasn't. It was the cigar place first, Castro's.
Castro's
in
the garden is two.
Yeah. So one night we went out. Tiff lived in Nashville, New Hampshire at the time, and she was like, "Oh, Thursday nights is popping." Like, I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's go."
Thursday nights, listen. I used to hear people coming home drunk, people screaming in the streets, people doing this, dancing, music, all that. So I'm already I've been living there for 3 months before Adriana came to move in, and I'm like, yeah, yo, Thursdays are it. Like, I hear groups of people walking past. I'm like, Thursday's it. We gonna go out Thursday. We go out Thursday, nobody out. I think it was St. Patrick's Day.
No, this was in like December.
Well, nobody was out.
Nobody was out, maybe because it was cold. So we ended up at this bar down the street. Had my first green tea shot. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I might even get one today.
Green tea shot.
Got a green tea shot. I'm like, all right, let's continue tonight. We ended up at this place called Martha's.
They was doing a worm on the floor. There was crunk dancing.
Now, mind y'all, I went to an HBCU, okay? So the stuff that I was seeing wasn't really like normal to me. And Tiff is like, this is what it looked like college. And I was just like,
yeah.
Oh my God, okay.
I was a little embarrassed, but I was like, ooh.
But we had a great time. We had a great time. Like I said, we make our own vibe.
And the thing is, it was cash to get in, like a cover charge. And we didn't have cash. Who
he just let us in.
No, remember the guy paid
he paid for us. Yes.
The guy paid for it. It's on me tonight. $5 each. So I'm like, okay.
All right. So
I tried to pay for this man drink, he didn't want it. I tried to pay for the second drink, he didn't want it. I was like, cool, we're going to dance battle then. He didn't want it.
So the night goes on, we're having a great time, we're getting lit. We didn't want it to end, but the markets were closing, so we just walking by. And we ran into, now mind you, we were hanging out at Castro's a lot. It's a cigar spot. And they like really liked us, I guess, because we're like, first of all, we were like, I think the only 2 black people around really that were like at the places. So they were like, oh, 2 black women smoking cigars. Like, that's cool. Like, we never seen women smoke cigars. I'm like, huh?
Right.
So we're doing the cigars, and the people who own Castro's also own the garden next door. So we hung out at Castro's. We're smoking cigars, and they're like, oh, do you guys want a drink? We're like, sure. So me and the girl who worked at Castro's went next door and got drinks. It was free.
Everything free.
Free. We're like, okay, cool. Got some drinks. I got lit.
Everything's free. We can probably go to Castro's today, get free cigars, get free beers, get free food.
Yeah.
Like, when we walked in, they said, oh, it's on us.
For real. It was
we got
great.
you. What y'all want today? Y'all want your mimosas? Yeah. Okay, it's on us. Every single time that I was just like, okay, cool. I'm just going to give them the tip. Put it in their jaw. Sandwiches free or half off sometimes.
Yeah.
You feel me? Beer's free. Anything. Like perfect. I was like, well, okay. Alright. Cool. I ended up coming back.
Yeah, and I ended up getting a part-time job at Castro's just because like I needed to get out the house. Like again, I was working from home. Tiff was not working from home, so I was like alone a lot. And I was like, I need to get out of this house. But that didn't work out. But I mean, our time in New Hampshire, in Nashua was great. Like we would go to restaurants and be there for hours.
Ooh,
whether it was,
like my boy Average Joe.
Yes, just talking.
Oh my
like
God, great spot if you guys live in New Hampshire.
Yes,
go to nice Average
Joe's.
Joe's and Castro's in either Manchester or Nashua. Castro's in Manchester or New Hampshire, and also the Garden in Nashua.
Yeah, and
also
liquid
therapy.
Yes,
if you in New Hampshire, okay, those places are.
We gotta put like
perfect.
spots. I'm gonna make a whole guide.
Like,
if y'all don't know, I have a travel agency, so I'm gonna let y'all know.
Yeah.
But so we were like living our best life in Nashua, New Hampshire. We're still getting to know each other again. Like I think we're like 3 months into our relationship. By this time, Tiff has now decided to call me her girlfriend. I was waiting, didn't know when it happened, but it happened. And while that's happening, while we're getting our footing, like I said earlier, Tiff is getting asked about this opportunity to be a home care provider. And before we said no, because again,
so I work for the company that's asking me to be a home care provider. This client is someone I know. They think I would be a great fit. I'm just like, no, because I was already in this predicament before. Nah, I'm good. They kept asking. Adrian and I have been partners. We weighed out the pros and cons. Our con list is more than our positive list, our pros. So I was like, okay, cool, we're not going to do it. They continue to ask us again. We was like, oh, okay, cool, this door is extra income.
Yeah.
So we do it.
And we were also like, one, because again, like Tiff said, she knew the guy.
Right.
And they became very close too. And so I got, it's like, sometimes I would join them on outings and get to know them as well. And I was like, okay, well, you know, if we're going to do this, like, we got to be very intentional about it. So we walked into the situation of like, our plan was to, because my brother's kind of in the same similar situation, was to really making sure that like he can become independent. Because we were not trying to do that forever. Like I wanted to just.
Our main goal was to because the individual lived in this particular home. So this individual lived at 203 for his entire being in a group home. What's it called? In a setting of having a guardian. So this individual lived in that spot for, let's say, 10 plus years. Okay.
Yeah.
That house is what he knows. He did things that were negative in that home. He done set homes on. We ain't gonna get too deep.
Yeah, just a lot of traumatic things.
A lot of traumatic things that happened in that home. Okay, so my goal, Adriana goal, with me telling her what's going on, but my goal specifically was, I want to get him out of that. You know, we're gonna get our house together. He's gonna move in. Okay. Proceed.
Now, living, and we're going to reference this as 203, living in 203 was very challenging for us because, like I said, we were new in our relationship. We're still getting our footing on, like, what our relationship's going to look like. We're also, you know, dreaming about what our future is going to be like, while still trying to support this individual who has disabilities, but also is an adult, and has a very limited worldview on things, rightly so, because of what he's been open to or exposed to. And during that time, we didn't really have a lot of support from the agency. So there are a lot of things that Tiff and I were trying to do, like get him his passport,
so he can travel
with us, all that, and like those are type of things that just weren't being supported.
Right.
And so it gotten to the point where Tiff and I are bickering a lot. We're frustrated because of the situation we're in. Like, you know, when you're doing this, you're with, and we decided to be with the person 24/7. So we also
y'all decide to be home care providers.
Don't
do anything out of your limit.
Yeah.
Just be that home care provider.
Exactly.
Share your home with them, and that's it. Don't try to do nothing extra, because at the end of the day, especially if you have a bad company, an agency, they don't care about you.
Yeah. At all. So we did the day program Monday through Thursday, and we said Fridays, you know, we would need someone to staff for that. But so you imagine we're with him 24 hours a day. Which meant, like, even at nighttime when we wanted to unwind, we couldn't really fully unwind because we still needed to make sure, like, he was okay. So that became just a very testful situation. I mean, me and her were still, like, you know, with our faith, but the most we did was just, you know, watch church on Sunday. There wasn't really a lot of interaction with God. And there just wasn't a lot of time for ourselves. We weren't able to produce our own self-care individually. We also weren't able to cater to each other the way we were previously, because the responsibility we had now was to take care of a whole other individual.
He was 24-hour supervision.
Exactly. Who also wasn't our child. So we weren't able to operate with him like how we planned to with our children, because he's his own person.
He's an adult.
Yeah, who has, you know, already his own way of living. And so that became very challenging
for us.
And we realized, like, okay, we cannot, you know, continue to staff his day program, and so we requested support for that. And even that was a little bit of pushback, like, oh, why? And we're like, well, because we're with him 24 hours a day. We need, you know, someone to break. And so we had planned to kind of stop his day program after we came back from Tiff's birthday in June. So I took Tiff on a birthday trip to Costa Rica for her birthday. Now, when you do something like this, you have to make sure that the person you're take care of is well taken care of while you're gone. So that means respite, someone who take care of his. We had to make sure his day program was covered, because we were the ones who took care of his day programming, as well as off hours. So we created this whole schedule with people coming in and out. We communicated the schedule with not only the individual we were taking care of, but the agency and the people who be doing it.
Right.
So as Tiff and I land in Costa Rica,
and just a side note, the people that we had set up, the individual met already and was already
liked them, loved them. Actually,
they met them, loved them. Oh my God,
loved them more than us.
Loved them more than us, for real. Like, he was like, oh, when I'm gonna go back, or when can I see them again? So when you see something like that, and he's actually liking and also learning healthy relationships, and people that's actually been honest with him and showing him the right from wrong. You want that around for whoever.
Yeah. It's like emulates, like, it's a kind of an extension of what we were trying to do. So we definitely made sure that, like, the people we had around him had the same values. And, like, just eating healthy, being positive with yourself, like, nothing too crazy, but, like, he had a very negative outlook on life, and we wanted to show him, like, you know, because this stuff has happened doesn't mean that you don't have people in your corner. So we were very intentional about everything we did with him. So we flew to Costa Rica, and we're in Costa Rica for, like, not even complete 24 hours. And we're calling to check on him, and he proceeds to let us know that we are no longer his home care providers. We're like,
That's a blessing.
we're like, wait, what? We're no longer. So, long story short, the agency had basically said that we neglected him for not telling them where he was, but they did confirm with us they received the respite list.
Yeah, we had lawsuits against them and everything, but that's not a he there or nothing like that. We don't really care for them to even tell this story. So
it's just a part of the journey.
Yeah,
so fast forward,
Yeah.
He leaves the home, and Tiff and I are trying to figure out, okay, like what are we gonna do?
So now it's like, okay, we got our space.
Yeah, so now we have the space. But the space is we've now inherited the space that he was living in. And the home wasn't in the best condition. When we first moved in, there was leaking in the roof, so the whole floor was molded, the carpet, so that had to get taken up.
Pictures,
we have pictures and videos of that.
For me, I don't usually, if I'm at work, I usually don't take it.
It should leave from the damn light
bulb too.
I know you desperate for a change, let the wind glide. But the only real change come from inside. But the only real change come from inside. But the only real change come from Get my niggas in Paris and they going gorillas.
The floor, they put bathroom subway tile in the kitchen, so every time you walked, it was muddy and just gross.
We didn't have hot water since my duration living there for 3 months.
April to June, we didn't have April to July.
We didn't have hot water.
It was just the house wasn't at its best. We didn't have blinds upstairs. We lived downstairs in the basement. It was just there wasn't a lot of circulation. There wasn't ACs. It was
a bad condition.
It was bad
condition.
To
make this is do it for him. Like our goal is to just get a house. We transfer them.
Exactly. And
only reason why I did it for her.
And Tiff and I were trying to decide whether or not we wanted to stay in the home. If we did, and our biggest thing was like, okay, we want to be able to save, because we had bigger dreams, and so it became the part where like we had to decide like, okay, how are we gonna save and live in this home and all that. So we started to entertain different opportunities, but a lot of the opportunities just weren't coming as fast as they said they would.
So let me just slide this in. When God doesn't want you to, when God wants you to be uncomfortable, He will make you uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
We tried to make this house a home, and like I said, me working for this agency, I can get another client like no tomorrow. If can we da. Every opportunity that I thought I had, I didn't have anymore. So God was like, no, shut that door. No, it's not for you. No, move on. No.
Yeah, everything was closing on us.
So,
everything. Long
story short, before I met Adriana and I got in my last relationship, I wanted to get out of New Hampshire. Okay, I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and I didn't have any ties to New Hampshire. So
I'm ready to go. But then that opportunity came when we weighed out the pros and cons. Like, forget it. Let's just do it. Let's get him a better life. Let's get him out of there. Let's get our house.
Absolutely.
So that's why we did it. So, like I said, the conditions of the house were terrible. We tried to speak to the landlord. He'll ignore us and then text us back like 3 days later, like, oh, I'm coming out, or this and that. But he'll text me every first of the month. Hey, where's rent?
But everything else was just like whatever.
I was like, where's my hot water?
Yeah. And then at that time, like, there was just no and also we were being told that like they were going to take the individual, like, now when we left to go to her trip, and I'm not going to get to details, the people we left them with, they said they were unfit to be left with, like, or when they were looking for another home, they were considering the couple again. So it was just a very like to
Oh
make
yeah,
it clear.
they was doing that.
It was just a very weird situation. Like you could tell that a lot of people were just working together against us, and like there was just no.
I had no
support.
idea, but I'm thinking this is God protecting us.
Yeah, for real. Like we threw a housewarming. Like when we were definitely trying to make an effort to make that place our home. We threw a housewarming. We invited like everyone who we were friends with in New Hampshire to come.
Everybody.
Nobody that we were friends with in New Hampshire came. Our family came up from Jersey and Baltimore to come to that place, and it was very telling. Like the people that were in that space were people that were literally our family who could see where we were before and where we're going.
Like I said in the first video, I played co-ed basketball with these people for almost a year and a half straight. You feel me?
Yeah, and we went to everything.
Like, I thought
theirs.
we was friends. Nah,
Yeah.
we went to everything they had planned. You feel me? But like I said, because they started inviting us to stuff, and I just wasn't feeling them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah.
It just wasn't a two-way street.
It wasn't a two-way street. I'm not
like
gonna
we
be
would invite them to
all,
places, they wouldn't
not give me
come.
nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so once I've witnessed them not come to my home woman that I invited them to, extended my grace to invite them to, they didn't show up. They gave me some whack ass excuse. I'm like, nah, y'all dead to me. You feel me? Like y'all good. I'm good off y'all for real. Cause I'm the type of person, and this is also just me being a great person. But I also know now, don't expect
yourself and other people.
Don't expect myself out of other people. You feel me? Nobody can operate in it. I'm a unique person. So me trying to get the love and care that I give to people and trying to give it back is just not going to happen. You got to find those people, and those people that you stick with no doubt about. You feel me?
So we weren't really feeling New Hampshire. Like again, we didn't have a community. We didn't. There was no one around us that was wishing us well.
Right. At all.
Where we felt like we could rely on people. We could,
Plus, my relationship is going downhill. So I was like, yo, I'm out.
Yeah,
it's
like
time
we
for
were
a
getting
different
tested
change,
just everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you in the next, because part 4 is up, and this when we kind of close it out.
Yeah.
On how I got my vision from God. Because like I
we ended up
said,
in Texas.
yes, doors and opportunities that I thought I could get because I knew people did not happen.
Yeah, and my job had ended. I was on a campaign, so
yeah, doors was closing. Okay,
yeah,
doors and opportunities that I thought I had was shut. God said absolutely not.
Yeah.
You say you want a different. You actually did what you said you was gonna do, moving here. So why you think you can start a family and a home here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's get into, because I think we need to explain that a little bit more. So.
Okay, so like I said, y'all, if I reach one person, I'm doing something. I don't listen. This is not to even like this is here just to tell you our story. How we got to where we at now, and how our future is super bright. Okay,
Yes.
like go ahead and subscribe to our channel, because we got some great things to tell y'all and show y'all and do with y'all and this and that. This is just the beginning.
Yes.
This is just the beginning, and we sharing this because one, we want to share it, but also God told me to share it because this can help somebody. This can help somebody. I don't know. Me telling my story is a testimony. And a testimony can be something great for someone. It might not be the same. It might be similar, or they might just, need to hear somebody going through the same thing that they've been going through and be like, yo, I can make it out too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like I said, subscribe to our channel. We got more to say. We got more to do. We got more to share. Go ahead and comment if y'all want us to continue. Show some love. Go ahead and like the video. What up, baby? Like, share, and comment. Yeah.
I'm in love. All praise to the creator of the stars up above.